Hello, in this video here I'll be doing a demonstration on how to remove the front parking light on a BMW E23 body style. Now this particular one I have here is a 1984 733i. First, what we want to start by doing here is you'll have to remove the outer lens itself here. The only access you need to gain under the hood is actually to unplug the wiring harness itself, which isn't a big deal, and I'll show that closer towards the end of the video. First, we want to start by doing here is removing 3 Phillips screws. Be one at the top, and one here, and then one right there. And this will directly remove the lens itself off the assembly. As you can see, what you have left when you remove the lens itself. Now I've already removed the bulb itself too. That actually doesn't have to be removed if you're removing the whole assembly itself, but if you are replacing it, you simply just push in, twist counterclockwise, and then pull out directly. Now as for the bulb number itself, I will include that in the description below the video here. Now when removing the screws here, we want to keep in mind is make sure you actually don't lose a little plastic washers in behind here, because if they fall off you can't really get something like that for it. So just keep that in mind itself. Now moving on to the rear assembly itself here, you can see the chrome is kind of peeled off in here, so I actually will be replacing the whole assembly itself. I've purchased new parking lights for the vehicle. Now you'll have a bolt here and a bolt up top here, just the two, and the size for those are actually 8mm. Now considering this is the driver's side of the vehicle here, it's right directly behind the headlight assembly next to the battery itself. See a little wiring harness like so. I've already unplugged this, as you can see in the video. Now where the wire actually feeds through in the sheet metal, there's a little small hole in there, and it actually does have a rubber grommet in there, so you will have to feed this rubber grommet through before you start pulling the back of the housing out for the parking light itself. Also, when you're pulling out the assembly, you want to make sure that this harness actually doesn't catch on the way out and may cause you problems when removing this. Now once you remove the assembly itself, you should have something that looks like this. As you can see here, there's where the little grommet actually goes through to prevent any water from getting into the engine bay. And that wiring harness just feeds in directly through here. Now it's a little hard to see on the camera there, but you can actually see there's a small hole in there. So once you are reinstalling this, what I recommend you actually do is if you bend the tip of the wire just slightly, which will just give it just enough of a curve to actually feed in there, so you shouldn't have any issues installing it. This is it for my tutorial video. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to post them. Also, please rate this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.